Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Deborah, which is a new dark comedy sci-fi drama from writer-director Noga Newley that focuses on a group of old friends who come together for a weekend at this place, and one of them happens to bring this contraption like Alexa from Amazon, but it's Deborah, and it's able to actually turn back time. And this obviously becomes a big crux of the story and also a very big crutch in terms of the narrative and themes and how it tries to pull it together. I do have to start off right off the bat. This film is only an hour and 28 minutes, but it feels so contrived in so many ways that a lot of the dialogue doesn't feel natural. It feels really staged and awkward, and beyond the point of just like people seeming like they're feeling awkward, it just doesn't feel like the right kind of environment and atmosphere to really flesh out this kind of film. But you have this group of young performers from Deborah Ann Wall, who we all love from Daredevil, and Sophia Bush and Scott Michael Foster, Kevin Bigley, and all these different characters, each of which have these dynamics that kind of like set their character there. It's like they have these specific things to help us remember who each person is, and you're dealing with their kinds of inner group kinds of arguments and trying to find some kind of solution and leadership moving forward. And I have to say, this film really just feels like an oppressive use of this rewind. It's just like people be like, rewind 5 seconds, rewind 5 seconds, rewind 5 seconds, just to put people through this horrible loop. And the themes and ideas that this film could have tackled was monumentous. But for now, it's just like, hey, here's a little presentation kind of thing, and hopefully, you take what you get out of this particular film is a crazy, just non-stop adrenaline rush of let's turn back time, let's turn back time, let's turn back time, let's turn back time, let's put some pop, like big famous songs in, let's turn back time and have people work in these strange office contraptions. But for here, you have this group of friends. The narrative gets so messy, and they overuse the time travel stuff. And one of the also challenging things is, like, who do you really root for? There's not a whole lot that I would really root for in this film, and watching them tear each other to shreds is morbidly curiosity hitting me, but, like, does it really add anything to my experience? And that's a sad thing, it really doesn't. And in general, this film has an interesting idea, has some interesting concepts, but mostly is just overwhelmed with, these dynamics and friends and stuff like that. And there's a lot of places to go in terms of some of these relationships, which are crazy off the wall and don't always come together in a meaningful and impactful way. And a lot of times it just devolves into yelling and arguing. And this film becomes oppressive after a while with how these characters interact with each other, what's expected of them, and how this is all going. But in the end, I do think this is an underwhelming and ineffective use of an interesting concept that could turn back the littlest increments of time, but obviously will end up being abused. And hopefully there's ways that we could keep improving things like this. And, this particular film is this small group of a whole bunch of people, like a small group of friends and stuff like that, and everybody hates each other. We can tell everybody hates each other. And in the end, it's just an overwhelming and unsatisfying experience. But those are my thoughts on Deborah. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.